Welcome to the Ghana Research and Innovation Support Programs Coordinating Office. In this instructional video, I'll be taking you step by step through the standard operating procedures developed for the Ghana Innovation and Research Commercialization Center. Public research institutions, universities, and industries, collectively known as institutions, can also utilize these SOPs to improve the quality of their research outcome. This SOP is to address the process of conducting researches that eventually leads to publication. Before carrying out any research with the intent to publish the outcome, it must be first clear that there are do's and don'ts. Please pay closer attention. The general procedure for conducting any research intended for publication are listed accordingly. Undertake a literature search on the suggested topic. Read all the papers from the last 10 years and summarize them on a single page of an A4 sheet. Make a note of how many similar series have been produced, their size, the length of follow-up, and any special aspects of the subject that have already been addressed. List aspects of the topic that have not been well covered for rare indications or for long-term outcomes. Discuss your thoughts on the subject with your colleagues. With the strengths and weaknesses of the current literature clear in your mind, summarize your thoughts in bullet points on a single side of an A4 sheet and arrange some minutes to discuss them with the senior who suggested the topic. Once you have discussed and agreed the aims of the project as well as how they can be achieved, you can then go ahead and write a protocol and approval from the Trust Research and Development, that's the R&D department, as well as from the Research Ethics Committee, the REC, are needed before you begin a research project. Having looked at the data, discipline yourself to produce a succinct summary on one side of the A4 sheet. Again, arrange a meeting with your supervisor and any other co-worker to discuss the findings and give everyone the opportunity to comment and correct the summary. Once the findings are agreed, you are ready to write up the project. The following are the general requirements for selecting a journal for publication. 1. Never submit a paper without all authors having read and agreed to the content. 2. Never submit a paper to more than one journal at a time. 3. Selection of the right journal is important on the basis of their impact factor. It is important to check the impact factor of the journal before you select. If there have been one or more papers on the same subject as your work, it may be better to select an equally wrong journal that has not had a paper on your topic for several years. Now, we continue with the standard procedure for selecting a journal for publication, and they are: 1. Read on the scope and publishing history of the journal. Start the journal selection by revisiting the journals that published the paper that you have used for preparing the manuscript. This test gives some assurance that the paper you want to publish will be among similar articles and thus among the trusted sources in your field. Ask your peers and supervisors for recommendations. 2. Look for ranking and recognition of journals. Before submitting, make sure that the journal is indexed in databases that are commonly used in your field. Impact factor and journal rank are the most popular ones. 3. Check the publishing time of the journal. The time from the first submission of the paper to publishing can range from several weeks to many months. It is good to know what you are in for before submitting a paper, especially if time is of importance. This might be the case, for example, if you need to publish a certain number of papers before a research project is finished. 4. Check for the acceptance rate of the journal. Most journals will let you know the acceptance rate of the papers on the journal website. Once you know the answer, be honest to yourself in comparing how the level of your paper stands up against the published papers in the particular journal. 5. Content requirements. This section details the requirements for paper layout, length, illustrations, and formatting. Follow Tailor it carefully to avoid annoying the journal editor and reviewers. Sometimes, the paper you have written might not meet the journal requirements. For the purpose of article publication, the fees will be obtained through the below stated ways. In the traditional publishing model, publishers accept papers for free and charge the readers for accessing them. Open access journals, however, reverse the process by charging the authors and providing access to readers for free. In special cases, the submission may also be for free. For example, when an academic institution is paying fees. All these tools will help you to make sure that the selected journal is fulfilling good publishing practices. That is to say, it is not a predatory journal. They will also have to understand the copyright rules and find out the publication fees. Before any publication, it is very important to avoid the acts of plagiarism. The following list highlights points to be noted. Plagiarism. Plagiarism is the use of previously published work by another author in one's own manuscript without consent, credit, or acknowledgement, and fraudulently passing it on as one's work. As per scanning report of the focal person, if the similarity index of plagiarized text of the research paper is found beyond the acceptable limit, that is less than or equal to 19%, the publication officer will return the same to the corresponding author for modification or refinement. It should also be noted that the database of the software as well as internet material updates time to time. Therefore, similarity index may fluctuate with number of times the document is scanned. The following are instances where one may plagiarize in an article publication. 1. Self-plagiarism, which involves an author presenting earlier published materials as original and new. Self-plagiarism is often not an issue, but it must be transparent and limited. 2. Dual submission. Any manuscript submitted to publication must not be simultaneously considered by another publication. If extraordinary circumstances call for simultaneous submission, the editor for the publication should be informed by the author or the authors. And finally, we have assessing instances of plagiarism. When scientific misconduct is alleged or concerns are otherwise raised about the conduct or integrity of work described in submitted or published papers, the editor must initiate appropriate procedures detailed by such committees as the Committee on Publication Ethics, that is the COPE, in addition to contacting